the board meeting for the month of May 2026. I'm Clay, WA6LBU, your Master of Ceremonies. We'll go ahead and start this off with a roll call. I believe we start at the top. First call area, Michael.
First area present, KB1XP.
Oh, I called you by your first name. I apologize, Sammy.
No, I've been called worse. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Worse by better people, right?
Exactly.
Second area, Peter.
Norway 2 X-ray Tango, second area present.
Okay, third area.
Hey, Clay, KE3HAY is here.
Okay, thank you. Fourth area.
Present, K9GWS.
Fifth area is here, WA6LBU. Sixth area.
Sixth area present, WY6M.
Seventh area says vacant, but I hear we've got somebody present. Joe, where'd you go?
He's there. I see him. He's muted.
Seventh area present, KF7HNC.
Okay. Eighth area.
Present, Whiskey 8 November Tango.
Okay, thank you, Gene. Ninth.
W9 ROG present.
Thank you. 10th.
Whiskey 6 Papa November Yankee. Hello, everybody.
Okay. AMAC. DX.
V3CMB with John, VA3YKT, we're present.
Okay, Vice President.
AA1 and A, we're here. Thank you.
Okay, and last but not least, Mr. President.
KL7OR present.
Okay, I think we've got everybody on the list. That works. We have first on the agenda is the minutes for the April meeting. Are there any questions or changes?
I have a couple of questions, Clay.
Okay.
The first one, I know you're talking about the April. Is that the one that is on the board or on the web page for the unapproved minutes from 3/14? Is that what you're speaking of?
Yes.
Okay.
They were updated. They should have been updated.
Well, I just pulled it from the board from the 3905 main web page, and that's the document that I'm basing my question from.
Okay. Can I know who's speaking, please? I can't. My screen is so small I can't see.
Yeah.
W6PNY 10th area.
Okay.
Okay. On the awards committee report, that was under the old fee structure because the awards committee report is dated February 28th, 2026 for the March 14th unapproved minutes. Just so that I know that you're looking at the correct document. Under the category of PDF plus paper, and this is on page 12 of the unapproved minutes. Under the category of PDF plus paper, it says 11 awards, $6 fee, and then on the total it has an amount of 0. So if there was 11 awards and they were $6 times 11, that should be $66, which should then transcribe to the total paid awards. Instead of 347, it should be 413. So be accurate, because this is obviously going to be a permanent record.
Open, John. Sorry.
And one other area that sticks out on that particular report is at the very under free awards. There's free first awards. It says 6. It says free Baker's Dozen certificate of appreciation 39, but then it lists a total of free awards of 21, and that should of course be 45, not 21, and the overall total should be 198. So I don't even know if the numbers on this report are accurate, but the numbers that are presented are not tallied correctly, so therefore that needs to be repaired.
So Mac, did you see the new report that Matt did?
I did, but I'm not talking about that one. I'll get to that one later because we're on it. That's
well. So we've already concluded that this report is incorrect. So we need to have Rich submit a
Gary,
new report to replace this.
Are you talking about the February 28th document?
February 28th.
That's the one I'm talking about right now.
Oh,
From the March minutes. I'm not talking about the other one. I'm not talking about the April 30th Awards Committee report. I'm talking about the one dated February 28th.
Never mind.
So,
Never mind.
and because there was a question at the beginning of the meeting that there was any questions on the minutes from that March meeting, if there was any questions. So I had a question, so I'm bringing it up.
Agreed.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, those unapproved minutes should remain unapproved until this report gets fixed.
Well, if it's the March report for February, those have been already voted on, and we just need to get that report fixed.
Okay, well then the report can be fixed, but I wanted to point it out that there was some issues with that report.
Okay.
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 In terms of the minutes, they report what was spoken about at the meeting, and I don't believe that the minutes include the reports. I believe the reports are by the bylaws attached to the packet, but the packet is not strictly part of the minutes as recorded from the meeting conversation.
Well, this document is directly from the 3905 website, unapproved minutes, dated March 14th, 2026. That's where I got this from unapproved minutes from the Century Club website.
From March.
Correct.
Not April.
And the beginning of this conversation, as I recall, was, Clay, what was the very first question you asked?
Are there any corrections for the April minutes?
Okay.
Okay. Those would have been approved, and their ancient history as of right now. We're dealing with the April meeting.
Okay, well, I parlayed April with a March meeting that we probably looked at in April. So, but that doesn't really change the fact, and that'll parlay into my next question. You'll hear about that later. So,
Okay. With that, are there any other changes?
So just to be clear here, we need to get an updated, because we don't want to put inaccurate information out there. We need to get the updated awards numbers into this document. And you know, I'm not saying we need to hold us up now, but we do need to get those in there, because they are what is in Rich's report is not correct.
I'm making a note of that. I'll send Rich an email. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, with that, issues from the April minutes.
Question. W6P and Y. If you're talking about the April minutes, I just want to make sure that I am not speaking out of pocket. Are we talking about the current one where the awards committee report is dated April 30, which is
Correct.
which is page 13.
Yeah, this is a May board meeting. We're dealing with the minutes from April.
Okay. Well, I know Gary already said we know that the report is inaccurate, but I think that it's prudent to demonstrate what's going on, because there are some inaccuracies that are pretty glaring.
Wait a second. Are we talking about the awards report in the April minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, there is no awards report in the April minutes.
I just pulled it from the board packet.
I sure wish we weren't 1,500 miles away because I'd love to look at what you're looking at. Because I'm looking at the one that I update. I provided an update based on comments I received, and it says awards committee on item B under reports. It says no monthly report was submitted, and in the table of contents, the only reports that were submitted was IT task force and finance.
I think I'm looking at it at page 13.
Yeah, I think we're confused here, including me, because there is an awards report in the agenda that's dated March 31st.
There's also one for April 30th.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're correct. You're correct, Kurt. Yep.
Okay, so before I say anything else, am I speaking out of pocket if I bring up issues with this report?
No, you're not.
Okay.
I've got a.
Well, the only problem is we're going to be talking about a report that's not correct.
Right. I'll get with Rich. We'll get these reports squared away. We can deal with that with the next meeting on this particular report, because I'm seeing April 30th, 2026 awards committee report in the May agenda as well, Doug.
So, Clay, my concern about this issue is it doesn't just affect this report. It also reflects on the bottom line for the club treasurer's report to be able to report accurately, because
No, it doesn't, Mac. It does not. This report here is generated off of different data. This is generated off of what the area awards managers input into the system. And so it has no effect on our financials whatsoever, because I take the money that's actually collected and put it on the financials. This is never going to match our financials, because there are things that, because when Matt redid the report, I went back to him and we went back and forth a little bit about what was missing, because I had a lot more PayPal awards than was shown on the April report for April. Yet that was the data he had that the area awards manager had entered. So the fees that are coming in through PayPal are correct. I've verified that, and so this report really has no bearing, and I'm not even sure why we include the numbers on it. But if we do, because they really don't mean anything for the club financials.
Well, I'm really confused, and apparently I need to be educated, because if members pay for awards via PayPal and the awards managers upload them and confirm the method of payment and the dollar amount of payment, then how can there be a different source for that money? I don't even understand how that's possible.
There's not a different source. It's just this data here has no bearing on the money we actually get. The money we get is what comes off of PayPal and checks that I receive.
But how can that differ? How can that possibly
differ? Because there's timing differences. All right. So an award is entered, let's say April 30th, but I don't get the check until May 15th. Or a PayPal award is entered on April 30th, but it doesn't go out until May 15th for whatever reason. These are never going to tie together.
Well, there are major differences between the two reports. I mean, pretty big glaring differences.
Here's the other problem I have with this report is that, frankly, I don't think it means a whole lot, because we're relying on 10 people who enter stuff into the system and there could be some mistakes made there. When I enter the financial information in off of PayPal or the checks, that all ties back to our bank reports and to our financial statements. So they're all tied together. This data here is, it's fine. I don't want to say it's not, but the problem is it's manually entered by 10 different people, and there could be errors in it. There could be other things, and this has always been the issue. So, and like I said, these reports were wrong. They were calculated wrong, but even with the corrected reports, I show 41 PayPal awards for April, but there's only 33 on the revised report that Matt has. And the reason for that is that there's some awards that are still in the process.
Well, I think there's a problem because I don't see how with my prior experience as an awards manager, when you enter the data, you confirm on the old system, and I'm pretty familiar with the new system as well. But with the old system, it was the number one job of the awards manager to confirm the method of payment and the amount of the payment based on what the applicant requested. So if we're looking at there to be automatic errors built into the awards manager system, then we have a problem. And with the new system, I'm not going to say it's impossible to make an error, but it's pretty darn hard because there's only drop-down menus to pick from as an awards manager, and you can only put in the new award fee structure on that. So I do understand that there are lagging awards. That part I completely understand. But I think that there's a disconnect between what's actually submitted monthly and what's reported, and then that can, in my opinion, affect the treasurer's report. And Gary is saying that it won't because they're two completely different categories.
The only way it could affect our financial reports is if an area awards manager processed an award with no payment. Because I get every award on PayPal, and to give you an example of how far off this can be, Matt, I had a check that was dated from somebody December 24th, 2025, and I didn't get it until April.
Comment.
So there can be long lags here, and no matter what's on the award committee report, it doesn't really matter because it's what comes in through PayPal or checks that I get.
Comment.
Okay. Gene, go ahead with your comment.
Gary, the issue is remittance and versus the award. Can we try, or I don't know if it's even possible, can we not realize the income until a award is completely done? That is the issue.
So here's the problem with that, Gene. We'll never tie to our bank accounts. The financial statements will never tie to our bank accounts. So when we look at our financial statements and try to say, every month I look at what's on the financial statements and say, here's what's in Chase, it matches to the penny. Here's what's in PayPal, it matches to the penny. That will never happen again under what you're proposing. And we'll have a very difficult time. When I took over as treasurer, the prior treasurer did not tie back to the bank reports every month. And we had a mess. You can ask Craig is on here and Johnny. It was a mess. And so I don't do that anymore. And I don't know what he was doing exactly. It was a long time ago. I can't remember. But, you know, from a financial standpoint, as a club, we're far better off, you know, taking our cash, whatever comes in, and making sure it ties back to the bank reports that we have so that our financial statements are correct.
Well, and another anomaly is that PayPal takes a fee. It says $4 here, but we're not getting $4.
That's right. That's right.
So, and that's, I mean, when I sell something, I have the same issue personally. Local club has that same issue, is that our, you know, dues, we're not getting $30 out of that PayPal for dues.
But Clay, Gary includes that in the monthly in the monthly financial statements. You know, there's a PayPal fee under expense, right? So up here is the PayPal account, down here is the PayPal fee that would have been paid for anything that we went through PayPal on.
Correct, but this report doesn't reflect that.
And that's a different issue as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this other report, yeah, I mean, in my mind, anyway, it's great to show the awards, it's great to show what happened, but I'm not convinced that showing the detail of the awards paid and all this stuff, as Gary said, it's never going to match up. It is never going to match up.
Well, and I would suggest that we remove the payment off of this report, because it does look like there's issues. No, hang on a second. Dean has a comment.
So number one, just an example that I was going to give. If I apply for an award on the 20th of April, that PayPal transaction is going to go in for April. And if it takes me a month to convince Joe to approve my report, he's not going to enter it until the following month. So automatically you got this disconnect, right?
Yep.
Right? Automatically.
That's why I suggested realizing the income when the award is completely done, and that is an issue for different issue and hard to do.
So, what would be the benefit of that?
Can't do it. You can't do it.
What would be the benefit of doing that?
Very closer, the real numbers, realistic numbers. However, it's still it will never be exactly, and so it doesn't make any difference for making that done for all of the work you had to do it. So I understand, Gary. It doesn't make sense to do it, but realizing the income at the ward makes it easier to get the closer the dates and so on. But it will never be never.
Well, it's far more important that our financials line up, rather than this report, knowing that there is a time issue where
I agree.
Like the example that Dean used. It's far more important that Gary be accurate, and I don't remember Gary ever not being accurate, than it is to my personal opinion is we need to pull the finances off this report.
Well,
list the
I have a comment.
the amount of the awards and give that detail, but I think the finances give the illusion that there's problems, and there really isn't. It's just the way finance works in this electronic, and with some people, checks. Gary and I have been back and forth on a couple occasions where I sent him a check and he doesn't get it for 2 months. Rather large checks is that. So
Yeah.
you know,
I jump in twice.
but yeah, I don't think there should be finances on this. I'm pointing at my screen, guys. At this report, I don't feel that we need to put finances. If there's anybody who wholeheartedly disagrees with me, that's fine. But
I agree with that. That's nothing to do with finance.
Well, hey guys, this is a good report, but it's different from, the financials. I think it reflects the activity of the month, and you're right. I think it gives us a good idea of what awards are awarded and what finances are coming in from the awards for that month. For the difference in time it takes to be reconciled with the finances, we have to understand there's a difference in time. But I don't know that I would change that, other than the fees need to be updated. But I think it's a good report. It reflects a different metric that is useful.
right. And you run a business that I imagine you have differences in what one ledger says according to the versus another,
Right.
because of the time. But I think we've beat a dead horse on this. We need to move on.
I still have one more comment, Clay.
Okay, go ahead, Matt.
I'm going to beat the dead horse one more time. So if we're going to keep this report, and I think we're required to, then we have to get it. We have to get the columns fixed because they are way out of whack. If you just take a little bit of a look at it. Well, Dean, if this report isn't required, then why are we even talking about it?
All that's required is the award secretary write a report for the previous month. It doesn't outline what he or she may put in that report.
Okay, so if this is what is submitted and this is what I'm looking at, that's what I'm questioning.
So I think that to solve this problem, and I'm not going to make a quick decision, but I think that it should be a summary of awards process for that month and leaving the financials out of it, because if we start talking about $4 here and $3 there because of this disconnect from month to month, we're never going to get it right.
Right, exactly.
But I think if we do a summary of so many baker's dozens and so many this and whatever it is, I think that's appropriate. So, but I think what we need to do with this is I think we really need to go back to Rich. And I think that, we need to talk to him. The other thing, and I think Gary said it too, this data is data that's coming from the club. Club maintained data. And if we have a problem with it, then we need to get together with Matt and get it fixed. But I think if we had a problem with it, the audit committee would have caught it by now. Because we've been doing this process for a while. We're on a new system, and we need to be looking at it a little more carefully, right? But what's put into a monthly report is not dictated by the club by anything. It just says that these directors, these positions, by the requirements of bylaws, need to submit a report. So
and the financials will never match up. I send 8 or 10 applications to Roger, and he's a badass. So he I send him 8, and he only approves 5. So I've already put the financials are already gone into the system because I paid for it. I give Roger all 8 PayPal receipts, right? Actually, I do it on one, but I give him all 8 PayPal receipts. So those are going to show up in the financials in, let's say, May, but it could be June or July before I work out the applications with Roger. So those awards are only going to get reported in April or May. So the financials and the awards are never going to match up.
Shouldn't they match up over a period of time?
Sure.
Shouldn't it be caught up with at a certain point? Shouldn't it be caught up with?
If we have 2 months
but I don't think
submitted.
I don't think it's worth the effort. I really don't. Right?
Yeah. The purpose of the report to me appears it's strictly a measure of what the awards activity was for that month. It's not a financial, or doesn't apply to club finances, for that month.
I agree, Kirk.
It's
So maybe he doesn't need to mention any finances about in the report.
Well, I mean, I think it's a good measure. Like I say, I don't think we need to tie it to the financial report, but I think it gives us a good idea of what our awards are generating per month.
And I agree with Kirk. I think we should weight it as a awards report and forget about the financial column. We can leave that there, but it can't affect our decisions because it will never match what Gary has in the financials. So, okay, with that, do we want to vote on these minutes, or do we want to table that and talk to Rich, or given that this is not a financial report?
Well, since the minutes had nothing in it about any awards reports, I don't understand how this whole discussion that has taken nearly 20 minutes has anything to do with the approval of the minutes from the April meeting. I don't get it.
Doug, I think you are correct. So this is a discussion for next month, because
so this whole discussion
the award
is
report that's in the agenda for tonight needs to be corrected by next month when we put or it needs to be corrected before you put the minutes out with the proper reports.
I'll tell you what, I'll talk to Rich. I'll ask Rich to rewrite the class.
Dean, sorry, can you mute me, please?
These ones, all of our, these ones, the ones we have are rollers that they're like metal and like magnetic. Some won't, but these ones for sure will. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, is Craig muted?
I'll talk to Rich. I'll have him rewrite these last three reports to get them submitted to the board in a format that doesn't include financials, and ask them, from this point, just to report and make sure it is understood this is award activity for the month, not necessarily anything other than that. This is what the awards committee, the awards manager, and the awards committee has processed for this month in terms of quantities or whatever it is, just so that we can show activity. And if we want to get down to breaking it down by call area and things like that, we can do that in the report. We can't do this stuff on the financial side. Gary has no idea what call area or anything else a PayPal transaction coming from, right?
Well, no, I don't, but I do categorize the call areas, the revenue coming in from each call area, and I have to just do it when I bring them up in PayPal after I put their name in, their address is there, so I can figure out what call area they're in.
I just think that we need to hang our hat on the treasurer's report. If we're talking about financials, and if we find discrepancy there, we need to fix them there.
I agree, Dean.
Okay. With that, the current minutes for April are accepted by acclamation. Any problems? Hearing none, we'll move on to the financials. April financials. Are there any questions about that?
Yeah, I just want to make a comment, Clay.
Go ahead.
So we got our first donation, and I thought I could see the donation it would show up on the statement, but it doesn't show up as a donation. So as a result, when I entered in the numbers, the donation we had, it was a small donation. I think it was around $15, $16, $17. I don't know what it was, but I don't remember exact number, but it ended up in the awards revenue, not in the donation revenue. So I'll fix that next month. It doesn't change our bank account balances or anything else. It's just a line item that is not on the right line.
Okay. And hang on a second, because I have a hand up from Mac. No?
Oh, I did not
Okay.
raise my hand.
Dean?
There's two transactions, Gary. You need to find the second one.
No, there's two. I know that.
Okay, you said one, two. Okay,
Yeah, there's two.
thank you. I'm done.
Okay. Okay, are the financials accepted by acclamation? No problems? Okay, moving on. Let's see, school reports. Dean, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Gary, anything from member communications?
No, other than I think I mentioned last month that we are looking at Discord and looking at how the club can use that for communication. We had to, and I frankly haven't had any time this month to work on it much more. So hopefully we'll have more next month.
Okay. My eyeball report is not completed as I stated. However, it will hopefully things will settle down here and I will get it done by next meeting. I apologize. I really do. I have a landlord with a broken leg, and the other side of that house got fired from his job. So there's been a lot on my shoulders in the course of the last 2 weeks. Okay, down to old business. Ownership of the 3905 reflector. Oh, I apologize. 2026 eyeball report, Mac.
I didn't submit a report, but I can give an update. So far, I have 15 members that have paid, that have registered with a total of, I think 3 or 4 of them are bringing family members, so I think that we're up to 19 paid. Everything else is on track. Can't wait to see the shootout hats. Those are very close to being completed. And other than that, just have a few other minor things to deal with, but everything is on track.
Okay. Okay, now down to old business. Owner of the 3905 chat reflector. And I get Gene, do you have anything additionally other than what is listed here from last month?
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at old business.
You're looking at the minutes. Go back to the agenda page,
That
please.
that was last month.
You're right. I did so much scrolling here, I didn't scroll back far enough.
Thank you. Scared the crap out of me.
So, but the answer is no.
Okay. Okay, nothing further.
Or yes.
Okay. Or yes?
Or no.
Okay.
Or yes.
Okay, we have no idea. In other words. Okay.
Gary just said though that they're looking at another application that potentially would replace IO, so Groups IO. So I think that's where it is, right?
Yes.
I still don't understand what we're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, Dean, my fault. I was looking at minutes. I had scrolled around on my screen and I didn't go back far enough.
We're on page 3. We're on page 3.
Yes.
And old business.
I am now there. I wasn't
project.
before. So, okay. Under one discussion item for the logo project.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you, Clay,
Yeah.
but we have something under new business, which is approval of the budget.
And we need to seat Joe for the special election.
Okay. Well, on my agenda, old business is 5 and new business is 6. So,
Right.
Okay. We'll go new business, 2 motions. We'll go to the first motion, which is, and I apologize for
Clay,
that. Yes.
are we going to bypass discussion of the logo project?
That's Gene.
Since we spent an hour on it last month, I hope we do.
Gene, what's your proposal as far as the logo?
I don't have a proposal.
I said Gene.
Gene. Oh, sorry.
I sent the proposal to everyone, and it's in the meeting minutes, I believe, for my proposal. And I believe Doug believes it doesn't need to be voted on. Dean needs to say yes or no for the proposal, and I want to get any discussion from the board before that. So discuss.
Okay. I have a question.
We had agreed to.
Can I clarify something here first?
Yes,
sure.
It is not in the minutes. It is in the board agenda packet. There is a difference.
Thank you.
It's a very important difference to me. So it is included as a packet as part of the packet after the president's report it's on page 16. And we just have to decide that we want to go ahead and do this contest that he wants, and Gene can be in charge of it. That's the president's decision.
I have a question, and I didn't see really anything in the packet that says this. Why do we need a new logo?
Because our old logo is very, very dated and old and amateurish.
What we had agreed on last meeting, or the meeting before, last meeting, I think, was that, yes, we would entertain the new logo. In fact, I commented on one of them, I commented on 2 of them, but that we would send out to the club. And Gene, I think, I could be wrong here, I think you were going to OPI that, but we would send out to the club saying, look, we're looking at upgrading our logo. Please submit recommendations.
Craig, did you see my the proposal I sent?
Yes, I did. Yeah. No, I saw yours. Yeah. But I think at the last meeting, what we agreed to was let's put it out to the club membership and make a little bit of a contest out. We did.
That is the proposal. That is the exact proposal I sent.
Oh, maybe I haven't seen the new one then. Did you send one after the last meeting?
It was last Monday. Yes, last Monday.
Yeah, it's in the board reflector.
Sorry, no, I haven't seen it.
And I sent it to board reflector and the board packet. Thank you, Doug.
And Gene, it was very well written, and I think you did a great job with that. I reviewed it just a little while ago.
Thank you. So did anyone else not read it and need to? It's less than half a page.
Question: Do you have your ad hoc group people selected?
That is the issue. It's really the pleasure of the president to say yes or no for any group. However, I have a couple people who would like, I would like to be included. One is Peter, if he would be serving with a judge for the any new logo, because he was a part of the older logo, and I would they're here listening and watching. I would like to set Debbie K9DBB as one of the other judges, and I want to get a couple, two more people not involved in the board in that group as well. But I want to talk to Dean about that. What were your thoughts about that, Dean?
That's fine.
I'm working on a design to myself, so I haven't submitted it yet. But I'd be glad to be on the board on that with you, Gene.
Okay. Debbie, can you unmute yourself? Can you say just yes or no? You would help, or you will decline.
Yeah, if you need me on that position, I'd be more than happy to. Just let me know.
Okay, that would be awesome. So we have three, if I'm one of them, to get two more, and Peter and Debbie, I will talk to you about others. Dean, are you okay with that?
It's not my choice.
No, it's your choice.
Go for it.
Okay. Okay. That.
I would like to see your plan. See your plan for notifying our members. I think that would be interesting to see, but that's my only concern. If we're going to change, the logo, we need to get our membership involved, and I'd like to figure out.
Right. Exactly.
I'd like to figure out how we're going to do that.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Did we visit with Matt and Rich about? I think they are the most affected of our volunteers.
Yes. Well, two of and anything else, Kirk, let me know. But two of I have not talked to Matt. However, Dean and because of the eyeball logo, that will be not a problem. I did talk to Rich about the a generic logo replacement, and he wanted to try the because of the format of the awards, and he did try, and it was perfect. So no problem for Rich for changing the logos on the certificates.
Right. Hey, well, not to be difficult, but I talked to Richard this afternoon, and he was telling me he was having some trouble. Said he had 4 that went well, but he said the rest of them he said would be difficult to change. I might get back with him and see what he thinks.
Well, yeah, I talked to him a couple of days ago. So if that has changed, I can talk to Rich. That was I talked to him Monday or Tuesday, so I will talk to him tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
I have a question. Somebody said there's a problem with the designs. What format are the present certificates in? Are they in PDF?
Not the certificates.
So could we take that offline and let the committee work with all that stuff?
All right.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
very difficult discussion, and it's not that simple, Peter.
Right.
Okay, so
Thank you.
you got it. Run with it. Just keep us up to date.
I believe Mac had
I saw
Mac
a
had
finger from Mac. Do you have a question?
I just want to, I know that you guys want to move on, but I just want to ask, let's just say the contest goes, we get our submissions and something gets approved. Does the club currently possess the means and the personnel to effectively implement a new logo change across all platforms? I know that was lightly brought up with the award certificate and the club website, but I think that that's a question that should be in the forefront. Do we have the means, the personnel, and the ability to implement a logo change across our platform? And I think that should be considered, because if we don't currently have that ability, we might want to consider either the length of time of the, or have that in line before we do the contest, because that's going to be a big deal.
I can take a file and put it in PDF, put it in Adobe, put it in CorelDRAW, put it in any format you want.
that's the issue, Peter. The issue is for the website, all of the printed material for the awards and so on. I believe we have the everything we need. The issue is the time, Mac. I will talk to Rich again, and I know the technology for Matt, so I know it will not be an issue. I don't know. When I talked to Rich, he thought it would not be a problem. However, since the discussion with Kirk, I will talk to him again. The only issue is the timing for the resources to do it after for example, after the November board meeting. So we have 2 months, only 2 months to get all of it done.
I'll just go on record that I'm not in favor of rushing into this thing. And I think there's a lot of really good questions that got answered here. And I think that there's a lot of things we don't know. Okay. It's not a matter of, do we have the capability of redesigning and doing graphics? That's not the issue. The issue is, how many club documents do we have that are going to need to be touched? That's part of it. But the other part of it is, are we going to get this? We're going to get this thing rushed through, and the membership approving this, so they can get to the November board meeting, which is 6 months away. And I think that's kind of rushing things. But go with your committee and ask questions. We're not stopping you, but I think that there are a lot of issues,
unknowns.
not hard issues, just issues.
Yeah. Okay. So, Gene, take it and run with it, and we'll move on.
I will report it next month.
Okay. Works for me. Works, I believe everybody else is nodding. Okay. With that, on to new business. The first one, and I will put a caveat on this. Joe, you don't get to vote on this. Is PGL here?
Yes.
He is
Okay,
signed
you
in.
get to vote on this.
Yeah, Randy is signed in. He's muted.
Okay. Oh,
I'm here.
okay. Okay. With that, certification of special election, and the Century Club 7th Area Director, Robin, became a silent key, and we had a special election, and we're going to vote to certify that. And we will start with the first area.
We need a second on the motion.
Oh, thank you. Second. Do I have a second? Okay,
Okay,
Gene
call
seconded.
sign. Who seconded?
W8NET.
Thank you.
Okay,
Right.
now, first area.
First area votes yes. KB1XP.
Okay, second area.
N2XTT, their second call here, approve.
Third area.
Third area approves KE3HAY.
Fourth area.
Approve K9 GWS.
Fifth area approves WA6LBU. Sixth area.
Sixth area approves and welcome and thank you, Joe, WY6N.
Okay, seventh area, Randy.
Yes, K7PGL 7th area approve and thank you, Joe, for running.
Okay, and thanks for stepping in there, Randy. Eighth area.
Approved with Rico Tango. Welcome to the zoo, Joe.
Ninth area.
Roger.
You're muted.
Give me a thumbs up, Roger.
Ninth call area, W9ROG wholeheartedly approves.
Okay. I heard you that time. 10th area.
W6PNY, I approve, but only because Joe started coming to the CW nets. Welcome aboard, Joe.
DX.
DX area approves V3CMB. Welcome aboard, Joe.
Vice President.
Vice President approves. Congratulations, Joe. Great campaign.
It was neck and neck there for a while. Mr. President.
Boy, this is tough. I need more time to think about this. I approve.
Okay, it's unanimous. Joe, you is.
Thank you,
As
Joe.
of right now,
Be careful of what you ask for.
his name just landed in the attendance roster.
Woo-hoo. Okay. That one has been taken care of. Okay, second motion. Adopt an operating budget for the year 2027, because there's not a year in the motion. Is it 26? Yes. Okay. With the budget, we will go ahead and start once again with the first area. Oh, second. I need a second. I'm sorry.
Second, then discussion. V3CMB will second.
Okay. Is there a discussion?
V3CMB. And I don't know if it's changed or not, Gary. There was, and I sent out to the reflector to the board of directors the question and concern I had about our contribution, our donation to NetLogger. So I see two things. We had it in our budget last year. It was approved. We didn't make the donation, okay, for whatever reason, and because nobody told you to make the donation. But it's not in our budget this year. So I'm recommending that in our budget this year we do. NetLogger is the program that we currently use. It's the official club program. They've done a lot of stuff for us and made some of their changes, modifications, whatever. But a $200 donation I don't think is unreasonable. In fact, I think it might even be a little bit low. But a $200 donation to the official software that this club uses for the NCSs to operate nets, I think it should be in the budget. And when the budget gets approved, I think that should be authorization to make the payment immediately.
Okay. Is there any questions? Comments?
I agree, Craig.
Thanks, Gene.
Is that a proposal or is that a motion?
Well, no, it's discussion on the motion, Peter.
Okay.
And the current motion within the budget does not have the $200 donation to NetLogger, which again, as I said before, I strongly agree that it should be, or oppose that it's not in there and suggest that it should be. You know, this is the piece of software that this club uses. NCS uses. In fact, it's in our bylaws that NCS operating a net must use NetLogger, or I guess they can go by paper. But as far as a software application, they must use NetLogger. The folks at NetLogger, and I'm not sure who originally interfaced with them back when it was occurring. And I think Eric, maybe it was Eric, who was a key player. But they certainly accommodated us, made some modifications specifically for us, and it is the software application that we are using in this club every single night on the 40 meter, the 75 meter, all the CWs, all the RTTY nets. And I think that for us to donate $200 a year to them, we should be doing more. But at least I recommend we put $200 in the budget this year to donate to them, which we did last year and got approved.
Gene?
Eric is still on the advisory board for testing for NetLogger, and I don't know if he's still active for that, but he is still is on the list of NetLogger testing and advisement.
Thanks, Gene.
Okay.
So I got a question. Who should we make the payment to?
Who should we make the payment to?
Right.
Well, like when we go in on our website and you do a donate.
They don't. They have an individual. They have two individuals.
Okay, so
two separate individuals. Which one do you want to pay? You want to pay the one that does a client, or you want to pay the one that does a server?
Those.
Who did we pay when we gave them $500 3 or 4 years ago?
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, then don't throw
Ask her
out like that. Okay, so we can talk to them. It's a donation to NetLogger. So whether
let's just pay the $200 to get over with. We're killing ourselves. We're fighting over a measly $200.
I agree. I agree.
Let me finish, please. It's not going to make any difference whether we pay it or not. Let's just do the good thing and pay it, and then we say we've done the good thing. And I think we should go back and pay them for last year too.
Oh, I would support that. So we need to change the budget, pay them $200 for last year, put in the budget $200 for this year. Once the budget gets approved, we pay them. Perfect. I agree with that.
I agree.
Hey, just for discussion, I mean, I agree they need recognition because they are very important. But that'll bring us from an $18 deficit to a $218 deficit.
I know. Well, if we pay both years, it'd be $418.
$418, right?
Yeah. And you know, I mean, obviously, Gary, in the budget, it's a budget, absolutely, which is an estimate, a good estimate. You know, hopefully our awards are going to get higher, especially with the new fees. The expenses, hopefully, they're not going to be more. But I think we're doing okay there. But that's not what the question is sort of about, you know, how it's going to really affect us financially, because, you know, we're doing reasonably well, and we have increased the cost of the awards, so we're going to do even better next year. But this is going back to whether they're a club, they're an organization, they're a corporation. I have no idea what they are, but these are a group of people that have an application software out there that we use and is in our directives that we have to use. So, Dean, thank you. I think we should include in the budget $400, $200 for last year, $200 for this year. When the budget gets approved, then those payments should automatically be made.
Okay.
So to make that happen, we do one of two things. We postpone this, table it, change the motion, put it on next year. Or at this point in time, we can change the motion in this meeting. We can revise your budget motion or your budget to include the additional $400, and then we can vote on it. Or we don't approve the budget this month. You change the budget, and then next month we vote on it.
Okay. I have a hand from Mac.
Well, where did we go from $200 to $400? I missed something.
Yeah, sorry, Doug. It was $200 we had put in the budget for last year for them, which we didn't pay them because Gary wasn't told to go ahead and make the payment.
Right.
But then in the current year's budget, it's not there. So I'm recommending we put $200 in this year's budget as well. Dean had said, well, let's go ahead and pay them $200 for last year. So that's fine. That's perfect.
Okay. I missed that line.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. And Max, sorry, you had your hand up.
That's all right. Well, I'll do it. I'll make a motion from the floor to amend the proposed budget to include the donation to NetLogger. And for the record, there is in fact a donation tab on the NetLogger website.
I second it.
Okay. Is there further discussion after the second?
Can we add a certificate of appreciation and say we are grateful and something more than the dollar sign, just to say we are grateful?
I believe that would be a good thing.
I agree.
From the president or both.
That's a good thing, Kirk. Yeah, good idea.
Does the wards manager have a certificate of appreciation?
We can figure out how to do that later.
Okay.
Yeah, let's figure it out now.
Okay. Okay.
And one other
discussion.
One other discussion. I'm not sure the arrangement with Eric and NetLogger, but he kind of took all his toys and went home. Do we need to kind of see if we need to get someone in that advisory space, or that's a little awkward, but yeah, we need somebody there.
So I think we have a motion on the floor to approve the budget with an additional $400 added to it for NetLogger.
Mac has a hand.
And that was that we have a motion in a second. Matt, go ahead.
We've had discussion.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt what Gary said because the motion on the floor. All I will say to you, Clay, is I will be more than happy to contact Eric and speak with him regarding his intentions as the IT representative for NetLogger for the club.
He's no longer on the IT committee.
Well, that's fine, but he's still an interface for NetLogger. I can talk to him about that. Or is he removed from that too?
No, you could talk to him.
That's my understanding, that he's removed himself from all responsibilities of the club.
No, it has nothing to do with nothing to do with the club. He is an advisor in NetLogger, and you can check it in the NetLogger about for the just check about on the.
Okay, so can we vote on this motion? Yes.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I got too many people talking. I heard. Let's go ahead and vote on the motion. We can work out the other details later. First area.
First area approves KB1 Area 1.
Okay, second.
Second area approves N2XDT.
Third.
Third approves KE3HAY.
Fourth.
Approved K9 GWS.
Fifth approves WA6LBU. Sixth.
Sixth area approves WY6N.
Okay, seventh.
Seventh area approves KF7HNC.
I got seventh area in stereo. Eighth area.
Approve WNNET.
Okay, ninth area.
W9ROG approves.
Okay, 10th area.
W6PNY approve.
Okay, DX.
G3CMB approves.
Okay, Vice President.
AA1 and A approve.
El Presidente.
Disapprove, KL7R.
Okay. The motion is approved. Okay. And I suggest Mac talk to Eric, see where he stands. You can
Okay.
let us know in an email.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry I got thrown out. Just as we were getting ready to vote on the amendment. Did we vote on the amendment?
We voted on passing the budget with a adjustment to the adding that $400.
So we did a single vote, not two votes?
Correct.
Okay.
And
As amended.
Yeah, as amended. And
But the amendment was never.
with
okay,
that,
never
Dean
mind.
was the only one that voted no.
I'm sorry, who voted no?
Dean.
Dean?
KL7OR. Okay. Now we're down to question and answers with the directors and officers.
Doug, I'll send you over before you put out the minutes. I'll send you over a new budget with the amended numbers, and also correct the year. The year's wrong on the one that's in the minutes. So, or
Okay,
in the
thank you,
agenda,
Gary.
in the agenda. All right.
Thank you. Yeah, Comcast threw me hard.
Okay. Any other comments? Okay, hearing none. Without objections, we'll go ahead and adjourn. Thank you, everybody.